Behind the Bikini. And guess what, you guys? We've made it to season 3. So we are on episode 104. We are going into our third year of doing this podcast, which, like we say it all the time, but it's freaking crazy. Like, how are we in year 3 right now? This is nuts.
Yeah, where does the time go? It's just flying by.
Oh my gosh. It's like I think back, I'm like thinking about all the hairstyles, the different physique things that we've done, like how we've evolved over the last 3 years just as people, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
crazy.
moving. We both live in
Yeah.
completely different areas. Yeah.
We're good now. Okay, and we're back again. So anyways, so yeah, I mean we've definitely changed quite a bit over the last few years here.
Yeah, we've moved, you've changed divisions, we've, obviously evolved as people,
Yeah.
business-wise. So, yeah, reflecting over the last 3 years, it's been a lot. I'm celebrating my 6 years of bodybuilding in a couple of days. I've been thinking about that quite a bit. So, I don't know, time's just moving so fast. It's crazy.
Right. Well, that's true. The first show that I ever did it was the first week in August, I believe, was the Knoxville. Yeah, Knoxville Classic was the first week in August. So same time frame, but that was in 2008. I've been around for a minute, you guys. Have been around for a minute. It's
I was a pup
crazy.
then. I was not thinking about bodybuilding then.
Right? I'm like, seriously, when I think about like literally since I started bodybuilding, I've been in one, two, three different states, like as far as where I've lived, just where I've lived, let alone how much I've traveled and changed my profession and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, it's weird being like at this part of my career, like not training at push, like that's like obviously where I started and,
Yeah.
gave me the financial and, and time freedom to be able to do bodybuilding. And I miss that a lot, but I am really, really blessed with the, gym that we have out here. But that's definitely one of the biggest changes for sure.
Yeah. Do you miss training in your own gym?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I miss the environment, and it's like that funny thing of like, well, the name's not on your equipment. I'm like, actually it is. Like every piece is mine. I've
Yeah.
built that gym, to, match what I needed. And then in turn, I was creating a gym, for bodybuilders. And it's cool that it is a gym that is designed for bodybuilding, but it also meets like every population that we have there. So it's just a really beautiful space. And
Yeah.
I'm just proud of our team out there and they're crushing it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is we were afraid that they were going to need us and they don't, so we're proud parents, proud business owners for sure. And, shout out to Javi. He's amazing.
Right.
Our general manager out there.
Well, that's key too, is finding somebody who will do that because most people don't. Most people don't treat your business the way you treat your business.
Yeah, that is
That's the
it's
unfortunate
really
part.
hard. Very hard to find people that care about your things and, that just like you said, like that treat the business like it's their own for sure.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. It's that's I think that's probably the struggle for most business owners, just finding employees that want to be there as much as you do, you know.
Yeah.
So that's really
And
cool.
delegating, like
Yeah.
delegating as a business owner, it's really hard to like give things up and, teach people to do things the way that you like to do them, or also be open to, changing the way that we envision things. That's the biggest thing for Drew and I. It's always just been him and I and the two of us, and we've always aligned. And where he struggles, I pick that up, and where I struggle, he picks it up. So then when we were bringing other people into the mix, it's hard. It's hard to like delegate and, change the way you do things. Nobody likes change. That's uncomfortable, but it makes everybody, grow together.
Yeah. Before I forget, I didn't say it. Like, comment, subscribe, wherever the buttons are in your
Yeah.
devices. I forgot.
All
I
the
got
things.
distracted. I got distracted. Since we are
We
on
hopped
season
right into
3.
it. We were
I know,
excited for
right?
this one.
But yeah, I mean, that's the hard part too. It's like, especially, the same thing with us, like, this as well, from moving from one side of the country to the other. Now you have to delegate things to different people, and that's not necessarily what they started signing up for. So it's like almost redoing the whole thing all over again. So they do it like you did it and all that kind of stuff too. It's a hard process.
Yeah, and it's like changing all of your processes, the way you communicate, the way you do things. I know you deal with this too, being out in the West Coast half of the year, I'm 3 hours behind them, so it's like by the time I'm waking up, they're already on lunch and, trying to
Yeah.
coordinate schedules and things like that. And like always, we make it work, but it's been a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm blessed that I have the ability to go out to Florida as much as I do and see them and,
Yeah.
take the time to see Kelly and, all those good things. It just, it's, we're trying to figure out like what to do with the house right now. So, but it's all good stuff. Change is like I just said, it's scary, but it's also exciting. It means you have forward momentum. And, that's always what Drew and I say, like getting comfortable and staying stagnant is like in our opinion, like the worst thing you can do. So,
Right.
it's like we're faced with champagne problems, if you will.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like if you're going to constantly be changing and evolving, and you have to be open to it too, because like we've talked about it over the last 3 years. I mean, the bodybuilding industry has changed. It just even just bringing the different divisions and stuff has changed it. You know what I mean? So we have to be capable of evolving and changing, just like we always talk about. And if we're not, and we get stuck, then that everything dies.
Yeah. And that is another great thing that the sport gives us is, the ability to keep adapting, because just when you feel like you have a grip of the division or what they're looking for, something changes, or the physiques just keep getting better and better, so the criteria looks different. So it's like you got to stay on your toes. The coaches that are getting left behind are the ones that aren't doing their studying and not showing up at shows, and or even just looking at the post show recaps and things like that. Like you got to stay on it because it's a moving target.
And I was laughing because there's this, uproar now about the Masters Olympia open bodybuilding. I don't know if you saw any of the drama going on with that, but I'm sitting here watching like, and the biggest thing they were talking about is the one guy is upset about him not winning because there was a big swing between prejudging finals scoring, and he's saying that it was corrupt judging and all this kind of stuff. And then they were saying that the reason why he lost at finals is because he couldn't control his midsection, that kind of thing. That's what the judges were saying, and they're trying to judge this based on photos, right? And I'm like, you do realize that the loss of control in the midsection happens during the transitions. I'm like, every podcast that I've seen, nobody's brought this up. I'm like, that's where you lose, is when you're transitioning. That's when they see those problems, and you're not even addressing that in video. You're just showing photos, which, by the way, with the photos, I don't have him winning anyway. But still, I'm like, the whole judging feedback, you're not open to it. You're not open to the feedback and the changes that they're asking for, because you're just keeping yourself blind to it. That's gonna kill your career right there.
Yeah, I mean, this sport, the foundation is feedback, and whether you agree with it or not, right, wrong, or indifferent, like the feedback's the feedback. They're
Right.
asking you for something to change or something to improve on, and if you don't agree or don't listen, you're gonna get left behind. So, and that's a hard part, that we are stepping on stage to be judged on our bodies. It's a very vulnerable sport, but also one that we all sign up for.
That's right. That's right. At the end of the day, you signed up for it. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You have to be open to the evolution. It's never, stuff never stays the same. Never does.
Yeah.
So you got to
Thank
be open
God.
to it. I know. I
Yeah.
know. Well, and that's the thing too. I'm like, if it didn't change, it would get boring. You know.
Yeah. 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 I mean, Drew and I were just talking about this last night. We went to Sedona for the night, and it was wonderful. We left our laptops at home. That we haven't done that. Can't even tell you. But we actually got there. We wanted to stay another night. We wanted to stay again tonight, but we were like, fuck, we left the laptops at home, and we have
Oh yeah.
athletes on stage tomorrow. So anyway, but we were talking about this, like, kind of, when we take that time, like that 24 hours to connect, we always like kind of reflect, and like, and it's so much is changing at all times. And I feel like a, we talk about this like as couples, where individually we are all changing, or should be. And then the problem is like as couples, if like one is not changing with them and staying stagnant, and that's why Drew and I always say like 1% better every day, because again, that forward momentum. And a lot of people don't like change. A lot of people really like their bubble and their comfortability, but I also see that those people are they're not getting fulfillment out of life. Like, are you living?
Yeah. Well, it's what
So
we talked about. We talked about this when we were talking about the relationship thing, like probably last year or something like that. We're talking about the campers and the climbers.
yes,
There's people
exactly.
that are campers and there's people that are climbers, and if they're matched together, they're not going to mesh well. You
Yeah.
know, so if you're a climber, you should be the climber. If you were the camper, you should be camper. And vice versa. And again, I'm not saying one is wrong and one is right, but that's the crux of what keeps the relationship going forward. Whether it's a relationship like husband wife, or just friendships and things like that too, and just coaching relationships and all relationships, business relationships, all of them. You got to be on the same page.
Yeah, and I would be so far to say is like successful bodybuilders are climbers.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that are going to pick their own physique and what they need to improve on. They're not going to be comfortable. They're not going to show up thinking like, that they have everything and there's nothing to change. Like I'm always coming up to a show, like I want to be on stage with the best because I want to be compared with the best and I want to
Mhm,
know where my holes are so I could keep getting better. And then there's
mhm.
other people that are like, oh, I want to pick small shows and I'd want to avoid these people. And that's fine, like no problem. But like that's not going to put you in the best position to grow. So, the ones that are really climbing and doing well, even at the NPC level, they're climbers. They're wanting to keep going and keep achieving and keep getting to that higher tier. And that's the great thing about bodybuilding is there is no ceiling. You
Yeah.
can just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah. And and then going back to, it's not a wrong answer either if you just want to do this for fun. For
Not
some
at all.
people, yeah, for some people they don't want to climb up the ranks. And that's okay. For
That's
some
cool
people,
too.
for some
Yeah.
people all this is just a way for them to stay in shape, a way for them to have a goal to get on stage and like improve themselves and they don't really care about moving up in the ranks and things like that. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. But just those are obviously not going to be the people that are like complaining about a placing or like
Yeah.
where they're at. Like
Right.
they're realistic. They're realistic
Right.
about what their goal is. And that's fantastic.
Yep.
But for the people that step on stage and they're like, man, I wish, I should have been or should have done this. And it's like, you have to put that work in, and
Mhm.
that's what I say to my athletes all the time, like especially the ones that are deep in off season, like the time and attention and the focus that you do now is what's going to translate on stage.
Right.
And that's hard, especially for amateurs that are on these long improvement seasons. It's very, very hard to stay focused for that long when you're not stepping on stage. But
Yes.
now is the time that when you do step on stage, you are going to see those visual improvements. And I think people just get kind of lax, and they forget to remind themselves of what they're working towards day in and day out. We're
Yep.
getting to the time of year where shows are starting to calm down. A lot of people are going to start going into the off season. So, if there's anything that you can listen to now, like as soon as you get into that off season, like rewrite your why, rewrite
Mhm.
your goals, and then what are the behaviors you're going to do to match those every single day? Because there will come a point during that off season where you feel stuck, you feel like you don't have motivation. That's where you really have to tap into that note on your phone and find that discipline again as an athlete.
Yeah. And I will say also on my end as a coach, the majority of my clients have been in off season this whole year because they competed last year. And like, if we want to make improvements, we can't just jump right back on stage. Right. So a lot of them are getting towards the end now. We're getting towards that last quarter of the year. We're getting towards the end of that improvement season. So it's like, you better kick it up a notch. You've only got a couple more months left until we go into prep. And then at that point, what you built is what you built, and then we just got to see what it is. So now you got to really kick that focus in for this last quarter of the year.
100%. And we're coming into a time too. The holidays are coming up,
That's right.
so we have October where everybody wants pumpkin spice latte and
Yes.
snuggles. And then we have Thanksgiving and obviously Christmas. And when you're away and you have events, it's harder to kind of stay focused on the goal. And there is going to be sacrifice where you're going on trips or have to miss a workout here and there. So now's the time to be putting in that discipline and that effort to be able to afford the luxury to take time off and have intuitive days and things like that. Like you have to be on the offensive right now so that you can go into defensive when you need to pull back.
Yes.
But so if you're listening, now's the time. Now's the
Yeah.
time to keep hammering because it is going to be January 1st before we know it. Like how
Yep.
it was just August 1st and we're
Um,
almost done with the month. I
almost
mean,
done.
it's going
I
by.
know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I tell people too. I'm like my macros are really high right now, but it took me a long time to get to that point. I was like, and what does it for me is I stay very consistent. We've talked about this before. Really, like we're basically on a meal plan. Like we eat the same stuff every single day. I mean, I don't veer from what I eat. It's the same. My grocery order is the same every single week. It's the same shit every day. But when I want to go off, I can, because I know exactly what I'm going to eat throughout the day. I know how much macros I can put aside for like that pumpkin spice latte if I decide I want that. You know what I mean? Like I know I can have that and still stay within my plan because I've done the work ahead of time. Like you said, now we're getting into that time frame where you want to have a little bit more leniency, you want to have a little bit more fun. So I know I can do that and still stay within my goals because I've set myself up for success at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like we went to Sedona last night and I'm
Mhm.
very close to stage weight and being on stage. And I took an intuitive eating day yesterday. I had some drinks at the pool. I did a couple of chicken and rice meals before we left. And then we had a beautiful dinner last night. We shared like a couple of protein appetizers. I had a steak, I had a few bites of pasta. I woke up this morning, I was the same exact weight yesterday for when I left the house.
Yeah.
However, Drew and I were also talking about this last week where I've had times in my amateur years where, I didn't follow my reverse. I blew up 40 pounds over stage weight. And then every time I took my one untracked meal per week, I was in a binge fest, so
Yes.
I was on my macros, 6 out of 7 days per week, but I absolutely blew it at my free meal. And that's why, like, this prep, I haven't even felt like I've prepped. We haven't gone over 40 minutes of cardio. My food is still fairly high. Like, I don't even feel like I'm prepping.
Yeah.
But I've put myself in that position because I'm, able to, understand how to attempt an untracked day without going overboard and be able to take drinks and a steak dinner, a couple weeks out from stage. So it takes time though. It takes time. It
It's,
takes learning your body. It's a whole thing. You just have to
yeah.
continue to just give yourself grace. We've talked about this on the podcast, just figuring out what makes you tick and making sure that you avoid that as much as you can and putting tools in your toolbox for when you do have those moments where you feel like you need to binge, grab for treat, bites, sheets off plan, whatever that is, put those tools in place and obviously talk to your coach too, so they can help support you and put something in plan, to help you stay on track.
Yeah. And I think also something that's not communicated very much is every time that you do that binge when you go off season or whatever, this is not just for competing, this is crash dieting too. It makes it that much harder for your body to get back to normal. Right.
Yeah.
So I see this happen a lot with girls I work with, even just lifestyle clients. It's like they'll stick to the plan, then they'll go way off and they expect they can come back to, ground zero as fast as they did the last time. No, it doesn't work like that. Your body will actually put on fat cells and it takes it more time for you to shrink those back down. It's actually harder on your body. It's harder on your metabolism. You lose muscle, you gain body fat. So it's harder every single time that you do that. And that's why we preach so much about this whole balance aspect of it. Because if you can stay pretty much even keel, it's gonna be a whole lot easier for you at the end of the day.
Yeah, consistency is key and like having that predictability of your body, like it's very hard when you take that untracked meal every week and you have a splurge of calories. And then as a coach, we don't know what way is up because we don't know what the macros were at that meal, what the
Yes.
calorie consumption was, what's working, what's not. And then we lose control over the physique. And that's how I kind of explain it to my athletes when they're checking in. Like, I do not now have control over your physique because you've gone 3 weeks of overeating one week, undereating the next week, binging the fall. I have no idea what calorie count even is maintenance right now. And that's a
Yes.
scary place to be when you're in a coaching situation. Scary in terms of it's going to now take 2 to 3 weeks just to find maintenance again, and
Yes.
then once we find maintenance, hopefully you stick to it. If not, then we go back into the cycle. And these are the things that it's like you take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So you're never really progressing. You're
Yes.
just, it's like that self-sabotage thing. And I just think too that we tell ourselves a story that it's not that bad or this is not that many calories or I deserve this. And some of that is true.
Mhm.
But also there's reasonable, like you have to find that balance and that reasonable eating, and that's what the biggest struggle for me was. I kept, would tell myself all the time, like, I deserve this, it's just one meal, it's not going to throw me over. But then I always hated the way that I felt, looked, etc. in that off season. And finally I came to terms with myself. I'm like, something has to change. The story I'm
Yep.
telling myself, this ain't working. Like, it's
Yep.
not true. So it's again, it's a work in progress.
No, and even again, lifestyle. Like I have a client right now, just started with me recently. She's doing very, very well as far as her body recomp is concerned. And she mentioned she's going on vacation this week and she doesn't really want to track everything. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, I'm okay with you not 100% hitting your macros. I'm good with that. I know you're going on vacation. That's fine. But I would encourage you to at least loosely track everything. I said, and the reason why is because I want you to be aware. I want you to be aware of what you're actually putting in your body. Usually, when you're more aware, you don't go overboard or underboard. Some people undereat too. It goes both ways. I was like, I'm that person that usually undereats. I was like, but
Same.
if you're aware of what you're putting into your body, then you may take a step back and not do that extra piece of cake or something like that you don't actually want, but you're just going to eat because you've already fucked up your macros for the day, so you're going to eat it anyway. But if you're sitting there just loosely tracking, you at least understand like what your body's triggers are, where you're having that mental disconnect with your brain versus the food and all those kinds of things. And again, it just makes you more aware of what you're doing. So I do the same thing. I'm like, I'm having an untracked meal. I still track it because then I can see like what I ate and what I did, And usually, well, at this point, usually when I do something like that, I usually go way overboard on like protein. Like that's usually what I do. But I wasn't like that before because I wasn't I wasn't allowing myself to mentally be like, this is what I'm doing. Now I allow myself to say, this is what I'm doing. So I know I stay within a parameter, you know?
Yeah, there's power in awareness.
Yes, 100%.
There's a lot of power in awareness, and that allows you to notice the trends of your body, like
Uh-huh.
you're saying, like what works and what doesn't for
Yep.
you. And like when you wake up after that free meal the following morning, how do you feel? Do you feel
Yep.
energized? Do you feel like you go to the gym? Do you feel sloppy? Do you feel
Mhm.
blah? Maybe a very heavy fat meal?
Yes.
Obviously that would make a note. Okay, what was that meal last night? All right, I had a couple beers, I had some pizza, some chicken. Okay, that's probably not the best thing, right? How's your digestion? So those are all things that you kind of have to take into account. And some athletes, these are the climbers, are the ones that do take those things into account and pivot, knowing
Yeah.
that it does not make them feel good. Others just accept, all right, well, I'm gonna have some GI issues for a couple days, but hey, I really wanted that pizza and that beer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your choice,
That's
but
right.
it's gonna hold you back.
That's right. And then also just again making those choices, like you said, the pizza and the beer. Well, instead have, vodka soda and I don't know what else instead of pizza. I mean, have a burger, instead of pizza.
Or even
Burger's
making
better
a
for you.
homemade pizza at home
Yeah.
that's macro
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah. Something that's still you're still having a cheat, you're still enjoying yourself, you're still having the drinks, you're being social, whatever it may be, but you're not completely putting all this shit into your body at the same time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
So
it's just keeping those things at the forefront of your mind. You like you were saying, to track macros. I agree with that. Like knowing what's in your food is pretty powerful. Like, oh shit, this is a lot of fat. This is my fat for the entire day in this
that's
one
right.
little thing. Or just keeping a daily weight. And I know that might be a mental barrier for some people, especially in the off season, but truly like the ones that are like, weighing every day or every other day, you're staying accountable to
Right.
yourself,
Yeah. No,
inside and
same.
mind.
I mean, I do that once a week. I weigh myself once a week when I check in. That's it.
Yeah.
And I know when I do that, if I'm up or whatever, there's a trigger for it. Like this week, I was up like a pound and a half, and that's because I didn't sleep the night before. I slept like less than 3 hours, so I know that's why. And I was like, that's why my weight's up. But I know that, and again, that's the awareness of knowing what that tool is doing for me, right? I know why my weight was up. Now, if I hadn't been tracking that, like, why the fuck am I weighing this much? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
like I said, I mean, this whole off season, I've only put on 10 pounds. That's it. This
Yeah.
whole off season. And for me at
Nothing
five
for
foot
you.
at 5'9", that's nothing. That's literally nothing. Most people when they get off stage at my size will go up 10 pounds in a week. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
So
It's a great place to
it's
be.
it's just, and again, it just gives you that comfortability where you feel good in your own skin, you feel good in your body, you feel good day to day. And you can still have fun and you can still have that life balance. I still have a lot of life balance, with the whole thing. And like I don't fear food. I don't fear, social interactions, things like that, because I know I can manage it. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So if you can measure it, you can manage it. And I measure every fucking thing. So
That just sparked a thought too. It's like some people have a life where there's events all the time, right? They
yeah,
have big families, they have
yeah,
birthday parties all the time or work events. And then some people don't. Me, I'm on the road 24/7. So there's only so many events that, I can do through the year. But for the people that have so many events, you really have to like kind of choose which ones are worth it to
yep,
go off plan, because you can't allow yourself, well, I have my second cousin's birthday party today, so I'm gonna, eat off plan just like I did last week for Uncle Freddie's.
that's right.
You have to start to choose what's important for you to splurge, and that's about finding that balance.
That's right.
And I know it's hard, when especially when we say as coaches, like, enjoy the people, not the food, because I'm a foodie. I go
Yes.
to a birthday party, I see stuff, I want it.
Yeah.
But I also ask myself, like, what's going on this month? Do I want to splurge on this, or is there something that I would rather save it for? I know I have a lot of, personal travel coming up at the end of this year. I don't care about anything that's going on over the next, 2 to 3 months. Like, I want to be able
Yeah.
to fully enjoy my vacations at the end of the year. That's a
Right.
choice that I make and a sacrifice. And I think just a lot of people, like I said, they just give themselves too much flexibility because they don't know yet, but they'll find out, as
Yeah.
you go through your off season, and how you feel in your own skin. That's a big thing in this sport. And I think where a lot of people go wrong in the off season too is that they hate how they look, so they just continue to sabotage and, follow that behavior because they don't feel like, stopping the untracked meals or reducing them is going to make them feel or look better. But in reality you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I use this analogy of treating it like a job too. Like if you went to your job 5 days a week and you fucked off one of those days every single week, you think you'd have a job for very long?
Exactly.
Probably not. Probably not. They'd probably fire you. So you
Yeah,
have to treat your body and treat everything that you do for yourself like it's a job, because really it is. Because
it
if this
is.
isn't if this isn't working, nothing else is working.
I mean, think about the money and the time that you put on your
Yeah.
body in bodybuilding, like that is a job, what a waste of money it would be. And even your health. You,
Yes.
you
I say that
and
even
for
in real
what?
life. Like I work with
Yeah.
a lot of moms. It's like you got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of your kids. I mean, think about it that way. It's like if you can't pour from an empty cup, you got to fill yourself up first. You got
Yeah,
to make sure you're good, and then you can give. And I know that feels like taking care of yourself as a mother for a lot of these moms. It feels really selfish.
foreign. Hmm.
Yeah, it feels like they're taking from their children. It's like, no, you're actually giving by taking care of yourself. You have
Yeah,
to be
you're showing up
selfish to be
better.
selfless. I said this to my client the other day. You have to be selfish to be selfless.
I
So
love
you have to
that.
take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Truer
So,
words can never be spoken.
and on that note, haven't even said what our topic for today is.
Yeah.
We just went on a little tangent like we always do. So we were talking about what we could do as like a fun topic and things like that. So our topic for today is actually what's in your gym bag. And we're kind of going to expand upon this as far as what we wear to the gym, what we take to the gym, what we do going into the gym to have our best possible workouts. So I figure we could probably start with just the gym bag itself. Did you grab your gym bag?
Yeah, well, right now I just have my Louis, but I've been
Yeah.
changing my gym bags a lot. I'm like in a mood about my gym bag. So I had my wolf pack, and then I like don't have that much stuff I'm carrying right now. Yep. So then I had like my
Yeah.
little wolf, and
Mhm.
yeah. So right now I'm on my Neverfull. Just throw all the shit in here and call it a day.
So I have this one and I have a bigger one too. Actually, it's sitting right over here. This is usually the one that I take, and then I have this one sitting over here.
I just have to also comment. It's so weird seeing you blonde. I mean, I love it, but it's
I
like
know
so
you.
weird.
You've never known me as a blonde. You only know me with dark hair. So,
Yes.
well, did we meet when I had pink hair?
No, you didn't have pink
No,
hair.
I was dark.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you only
Yep.
know me. It's dark. This is my natural right here, guys. Well, this is my natural. It's more of an ash blonde, but yeah, it's still blonde. So, but yeah, so this is my other gym bag. Both of these gym bags I got at shows. So this one was Daytona Pro, which is that's what the patch is right there, right?
I
And
love
then
when
this,
shows give bags.
yeah, this was the Battle of the Bay, um, in California.
That's
So
a cool one.
this one, yeah. So if I want to add, like, if I put like my food and stuff in there, then I'll take this one. But if I'm just taking my stuff to the gym, then this is what I take.
Yeah,
So I
it's like
actually
a
went,
wolf pack always.
yeah, like I just went to the gym right before this, so this was what I had packed for today. So I'm just gonna like show you guys what I take every time. So I don't take a lot of stuff either. So first and foremost, what's most important for me are my headphones. I can't,
Yup.
I cannot work out if I don't have my headphones.
You guys have all seen these.
Yeah,
Everybody
you're
was
you're
like,
bling. I know I need
my
to get some of those.
Samantha Bartley, IFBB Pro on Instagram. She does them. And
Yeah.
these ones are covers, but she does those ones too, Sean, where
Okay.
she just puts them right on them.
Okay. I need to get some of those. But yeah, I can't work out if I don't have these on. And I
And
don't
I'm in a
necessarily
mood with headphones. Sometimes I like over the ear and sometimes I like in the ear. So I
I
usually have
used
my
to.
pods too.
I used to do the in the ear, but then as soon as I got these, I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
These are the only ones I use now. So, but I
Most
don't
of the
even
time I'm
listen to
wearing
music
those because they're a
sometimes.
gatekeeper. It's like nobody
Yeah,
can talk to me when I have those on.
100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, leave me alone. I'm good.
The golden rule, especially at push, is if Jordan has her headphones in, you do not
Leave her
talk to her.
alone.
Yep.
Yeah, leave her alone. But
Yeah.
and for me, I don't even listen to music half the time. Most of the time, I'm listening to YouTube, like podcasts and things like that. I listen to a lot of like Reddit React stories. So like they're like podcasters that react to Reddit posts. That's what I
Oh,
listen
didn't
to
know
a lot
that.
of.
That's cool.
It's funny.
Sure,
I
some of
crack
those are
up.
funny.
They are. They are. So those are the kinds of things that I listen to in the gym. I don't. And again, podcasts, like a lot of bodybuilding podcasts. I listen to a lot of like, well, because I was doing my hair, so I listened to a lot of like bleach fail stuff, things like that. So that's what I listen to in the gym. I'm not. Sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to music, but usually not. It's usually podcasts or something like that.
I'm usually listening to like EDM, hard rap, sometimes country, like if I'm in like a soulful mood
Mm.
or just complete silence with the silencer on. Because
Yeah.
if I've had like a really stimulating day, like with work, I've been on calls like right before my workout, sometimes I just want absolute freaking silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I
I've
focus
done
that way
that.
better too when it's silent because I really just feel like I'm focusing on what I'm feeling and just
Yep.
every, everybody knows like my mental capacity in the gym is sometimes bigger than my physical. Like I'm
Yes.
very, very cerebral, so that it just helps me.
Yeah. No, I do that sometimes too. I do that. I do the silence thing sometimes too, because I just want to be with my own thoughts sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's usually I have something in the background, but you're right. I mean, sometimes I'll just go in and not turn anything on. Just don't feel
Try
like it.
it. Try it
Yeah.
if you haven't. It's a mood. It's interesting.
I have some of my best ideas in when I'm in the gym too. Like, so my brain is free to like think at that
Me
point, and so
too.
sometimes I'll get like business ideas or something, and I'll stop training and I'll write it down real quick, that kind of
Me
deal.
too. On the
Yeah,
bottom of my logbook, like you'll see notes that have
yeah,
nothing to do with and it's just like, oh, I need to write that down. Like,
yeah.
oh, that was a good idea. Like I'll be thinking about a client's check-in. I'm like, oh, I want to do this with them, and I just write it down real quick.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's like, cause I don't know, cause that's the one time where I turn my phone on do not disturb so I don't get text messages and all that kind of stuff. So then that way I can just kind of zone in. So then at that point, like that's when the thoughts start flying sometimes, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Totally.
those are a must. And then the other stuff that I take, like I take this is a like a Pilates band, so it's a elastic band. So you can stick your like I stick my feet into here and like stretch out my calves and my hamstrings and stuff like
Hamstrings.
that. Yeah, so I do this as my prep and prime and all of that as well. So I've always got this with me so I can stretch out and everything. And again, if I'm doing Pilates or something, this is something I use for that too, to stretch a little bit more, that kind of thing. So that goes with me every time I go.
I use that too at the gym for hamstring stretching. I don't have one in my bag because he has one at the gym, but those loops are so cool because I don't know if you could tell with the one that Sean had. It has different loops on it and it's
Yeah.
long, so you can
Yeah.
adjust where your hands go or
Yep.
like how close your feet need to be. So I
Yep.
love those for prep and prime stretching. That's definitely a really good one to have.
Yep, all the way down. So yeah, I have two of these, so I have a backup. Every one of these things that I have a backup, every single one. So
Same.
then if I lose it, I can go grab my backup one. You know, so
Yeah.
I have two of these. So I take those. Anything else that you want to show? I've got some other stuff in here too, but I'll give you
Well, I'm
give
sure
you
you
a
have booty
turn.
bands.
I do. Yep,
I
I
have
do.
100 bands. So I'm using it. Yeah. Like, so I have one of the thick ones. I'm not using it right now in my training, but I
Yeah.
usually have a couple of those. But I've been putting a lot of the booty builder on because we have booty builder equipment at our gym in Arizona. And a lot of my stuff is banded right now. So I usually put these on my knees or on the
Yes.
machine, and I have them in every color and every resistance, I guess you
Same.
could say. Yeah.
Yep. Same.
So
Yep.
yeah.
And yeah,
Have your
I mean,
shit.
I worked with Prozis, so this is all stuff from them too. They have all this equipment, right? So I've got all these. I've got like I got four different like attentions, different sizes and tensions that I take with me. So
I think that's important because like when I'm programming for an athlete and I put like some banded work on there, the challenge is finding a band that works for them, and you have to have different band resistances because one, you might need a lighter, and one you might need super heavy. So I feel like this is something that everybody should have if you're a bikini or fit model girl in your gym bag because and also too like those things get really sweaty and nasty. So it's just like a cleanliness thing too.
100%.
Like,
At least it's
yeah,
your own sweat.
exactly.
It's just your own
I mean, you
sweat.
can wash them, but I mean, I own a gym and I've never washed the booty bands that I offer for my people. So we'll just say
Yeah,
that.
and even the grips and stuff, because that's another thing that I always take with me too,
Yep.
is my um ankle straps
Yes,
for
I
kickbacks. I
have.
always have them.
Which one? Yours are from Prius?
Yeah. Hmm.
These ones are from Hypertrophy Coach, and I like these ones because I do a lot of wrist cables
Ah,
as well. So I
okay.
like these because they get tight on the wrist and I can use them on the ankle. So
Yeah.
these are Hypertrophy Coach ones.
So these ones go around the ankle, and then this strap underneath goes underneath your heel. So like when you put it on, it goes like this, and your heel goes in, so you can kick back,
Perfect.
and it gives you the resistance there with your heel too.
I always travel with these because I find that a lot of gyms don't
I
have
don't have
these
them.
or they don't have a match. They'll only have
Yes.
like one. So
One.
like when I'm packing, I these are always with me because a lot of the times too, you're training in a hotel gym with a lot of
Yes.
cable stuff. So you can get a lot done with those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like even if like you said, even if you're using it with your wrist, I mean, I can use that with my hands if I need to, things like that.
Right.
I don't do upper body right now, so I don't need to do that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just having those simple little things, that's all I have in my bag. That's it. So
Oh,
having
I
those
have a
simple
couple.
things like that actually help you to complete your workout, you know?
Yeah. So the other couple things I have are Versa grips.
Okay.
These are really
I
good.
do have wrist straps, but I don't use them because I'm not working upper
You're
body. So,
Yeah. I wear these upper body day, lower body day, etc. I used to not expect my clients to have these, but I was noticing that with progressive overload, a lot of my athletes were developing an elbow tendonitis from just
mm,
gripping the dumbbells, especially with like
yeah.
heavy RDLs and stuff. So these are amazing. If you don't know what they are, they're the Versa grips, and you have to get the Pro because the Pro is the style of how long they are, and then it allows you to kind of wrap the dumbbell in here, so you don't have to like use your hand. So
Hmm.
these are amazing. Obviously, I have my logbook.
Hmm.
And then lastly, I was going to talk about this too, because this actually comes up a lot about people with their face acne and body
Oh, okay.
acne. So I have been on a really long journey with adult acne for the past year. I finally
Mm,
found somebody out here in Arizona who's an acne specialist. So I see her once a month. And my face, I have people coming up to me like who know me online and like, oh my gosh, your skin looks so good. So one of the things she recommended me was this Hydrinity face mist,
okay.
and it's like a hand sanitizer for your face and for your body.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm doing 40 minutes of cardio on the elliptical and I am pouring sweat. I do it
Mhm.
first thing in the morning. So what I'll do is I'll wake up and I'll brush my teeth, I'll go do cardio, then I come back and shower. But like when you go to the gym and you have those moments where you can't wash your face right away, go change, these are things you have to think about, like body hygiene and not
Yeah.
sitting in your clothes all the time. So like bring a change of clothes, and then if you spray this all over your body, I swear to God it works. It's freaking
Yes.
incredible. So it's the Hydrinity Hyacin Active Purifying Mist. So literally after every workout, I'll spray this like on my face, and then if I'm wearing like a two-piece, I'll put it like on my exposed body.
That makes sense. And like I was going to say something about that too. I'm not a big sweater. I don't sweat a lot. I hate sweating in the gym actually. So
Oh, me too, but I don't have a choice.
but when I'm doing cardio, I'm not doing cardio right now.
Right.
So all these things like going into like what I wear in the gym and stuff, like all I'm training right now is lower body. So when I was training upper body, if I was training upper body, if I was doing cardio, my outfit would be really loose, like no leggings. I'm wearing sweatpants that are not touching my skin and things like that, because that's how you can create, bacterial infections, things like that too. It's just from all that moisture being stuck. So when I would do cardio and when I would do upper body, it was always loose clothing. With lower body, it's leggings. So I want to be able to see my glutes. I want to be able to see my legs and stuff when I'm working them and all that kind of stuff. So, but even at that, I use very light. Like I've got on right now. They're like loungewear again from Prozis, where they're very light loungewear, where it's very breathable, and you're not capturing all that moisture in there. And I know that's TMI, but it's the truth. I mean that people get freaking bacterial infections all the time from having that moisture stuck inside their leggings.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. Like I have athletes that are like, why is my acne so bad? Or I have back knee, or I'm getting UTIs all the time. And
Yep.
I hate saying it because it's not a dig. It's like, are you thinking about your hygiene? I think that we just leave the gym and we don't realize that like an hour or 2 hours is a lot to be sitting in
Yes.
those dirty clothes. I
Yep.
agree with you. For cardio, I wear a sports bra and really loose shorts. And
100%.
then when I go to change after my shower, I'll put on like a tighter, outfit for training. That way I can like see myself in the gym and things like that. So obviously you wear Prozis for a lot of your clothes. What
Yes,
other, is that like your favorite brand? I know people
it is.
ask us all the time, like, what's our favorite workout brand to wear?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I have some of my own that I've done through my company and stuff like that too. So I wear those as well, but they have a bigger selection than what I do. Like I have basic leggings and sports bra sets and things like that. They have those too, but they have loungewear as well. And like it's just really cute. They're always coming out with new styles and stuff. The newest style they came out with is this it's got like it's a scrunch butt in the back, and then it's got like butt shaping as well, and it just makes your butt look so good. Like it's like an instant BBL. So I have like three pairs of those. Yeah, three. I have three pairs of those. They're different. They have them in different colors, but they also have them in different material too. Like I just got a new material that's a gray one that's like almost like a soft, like again, breathable cotton versus that really structured like compression leggings. So I like the breathable cotton stuff better. It just feels better on my skin, and again, just letting go of the moisture and all of that as well is a big thing. So like I like that better personally. Some people love the compression and all that kind of stuff. That's totally fine. I actually the pink pair I just got. They're a pink pair with the booty
The
boost.
lift.
Yeah, they make they make my butt look really, really good. But they're also very compression, you know.
Yeah, I don't
So
like
those
that.
are yeah. So those are ones like if I'm wearing them at the gym, as soon as I get out of the gym, they're coming off. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I can't like that restriction type feeling or breathability. I'm very particular about what I wear when I'm training.
yeah.
I'm kind of mental that way. I
Mhm.
love like a buttery,
Yes.
soft, breathable. So like I love Bombshell. Bombshell is like my main source of what I'm wearing right now.
I
Second
do
would
have a
be
bunch of theirs
Aloe.
as well. I do have a bunch of, of
And
bombshell.
I know they're expensive, and I do
Mhm.
not love that they don't do discounts and really do sales and stuff. But what I can say about Bombshell is the stuff that I bought 4 years ago, I still wear it. It's still
Yeah.
good. Like it's the quality is good. So like obviously the price I'm paying for $120 leggings, like it's there. And I choose it over like Lululemon and Aloe, where I do have like a pro discount for
Yeah.
not professional bodybuilder, but like being a professional in the field. So, and I choose it over that. But like for Lululemon, like the Align style, like just like that really soft buttery fabric. That's what I
Mhm.
like to wear. But I usually don't stray too far from those two companies. Usually,
Right.
if you're seeing something on me, it's usually Aloe, Bombshell, or like something for my sponsors. Like you'll see, like I'll wear global stuff all the time, things like that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way. It's like it's mostly Prozis stuff, or if it's mine, it's from my boutique, and then probably Bombshell would be third, right? So
Yeah,
those, it's like I feel like once you find a brand that you like, I know I stick with the brand that I like, and I just buy different versions of whatever they make, you know.
yeah, yeah.
You know, you're gonna pay a little bit more for most of the stuff, but it's higher quality, and like I literally live in my gym wear, so it's like you know you might as well spend the money on it.
Yeah, it's our uniform, at
Yeah,
the end of the day. I always said I was never going to be a part of a career that I had to dress up and do my makeup and wear a suit every day. That was just never me. I grew up going to Christian school, and I had to wear a polo tucked into a pair of jeans with a belt every single day for 13 years. And when I got out of there, I'm like, I'm not doing this. And
yes,
then I was going to take over my aunt's physical therapy clinic, which was perfect because we wore like beautiful scrubs every day, like just cute scrubs. So whatever career I was going in, I was not going to be dressing up. That's for sure.
well, that you know, that's the thing. It's like you if you look good, you feel good, and vice versa. If you feel good, you look good. Like if I feel good, I'm gonna train better. Like
Yes.
it's really a thing. Like it
It
really
is.
is. Like if I'm going into the gym and I'm wearing sweatpants and I'm about to do a glute day, it's gonna suck. I
Yeah.
mean, it just is. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like that booty motivation of like seeing yourself and feeling good with what you're seeing and then pushing versus, like let's talk about on your cycle week. Like when you're on your cycle week, a lot of people are wearing like big baggy sweatpants or a big baggy shirt or both. And obviously
Yep.
you're showing up, you don't feel your best at all. And that workout's not going to be the best workout that you've had that week. It's
Yeah.
cool, but there is like that translation for sure, putting yourself forward and getting ready in the morning, like that's what I try to do no matter what, knowing I wear sweatpants every single day. Like I still try to like brush my hair and I blow dry my hair after cardio and put a little bit of face makeup on, like just do something to feel done and presentable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
I
it
do the
makes
same
me
and I
feel
do the
good.
same thing. And it's like
Yeah,
not even like I don't even put on foundation half the time. Sometimes it's just doing my eyebrows and my mascara and I feel like I'm put together, you know?
yeah, like if I have a tinted sunscreen on or a little
Yeah.
bit of like something, I feel fine. I
Yeah.
haven't done lashes. I took my lashes off. I haven't had those for a few months. I used to love them because it was just like a art, like a wake up and you already like look brighter. But I'm trying to go as natural as possible. So,
Same.
but
I
it's
haven't done
it's cool.
lashes in forever, but like that's the other part too. Now that I haven't been doing them, my own have been growing a lot better, you know, and they're a
Same.
lot thicker, they're a lot longer, all that kind of stuff. So I actually don't need them anymore.
Same. I've been
Yeah.
doing the Nutrafol, the oral,
Oh yeah.
and I'm on month 5, and they usually say after 4 months is like when it's really in and you start to really see a difference, and I for sure see a difference.
Okay.
Like my leg hair grows out a little bit faster. I have extensions in, so I can't really tell like on with my hair here, but I think it's better. But like my nails, I have to go a week earlier now to get them done. My eyelashes are, back to full like, thickness. So if you're considering Nutrafol, I've had really, really great experience with it, and I heard about it through somebody else, and then obviously, like a lot of people are taking it now, and I've only heard good things. So
I actually use a hair vitamin as well. I have it in my cupboard. I'll grab it in a second. It's not Nutrafol, but it's similar and same concept. But we just got it on Amazon. Hang on, I'll grab it up so I can show
yeah,
you what it is.
this is a question I get a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So it is. It's from Advanced Technology, and it's Folly Grow Ultimate Hair Nutraceutical. So this is what I use.
So that's an oral, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And it's made a difference. I started taking these because I knew I was going back to blonde. That's why I started taking these. So I was like, I just want my hair to be a lot healthier. So I started, and I do see a difference. And you're right, like that's probably part of why my eyelashes have grown back quite a bit and all of that as well. And yeah, same thing with my nails. I have to do my nails every 2 weeks versus I could probably stretch it to about 3 weeks before, and I can't do that anymore.
Well, also thinking too, like you've been in a surplus, for
Yes,
a good
that too.
amount of time now. And
Absolutely.
that's where like my hair has suffered so much. Number one, from being blonde for so long. That's where, and then
Yes.
just being in a deficit for as long as I am at this point in my life, and fats are low. So it's like my hair just wasn't getting that support nutrient wise. That's
100%.
something you have to consider when you prep a
Yep.
lot. Like
And I
you're
said that too because my fat is super high. So I think that's really helped my skin condition, honestly.
100%.
Mhm.
100%. So it's those are things that you have to consider where people like always like, oh, it's bodybuilding. Well, you're dieting because of bodybuilding, but it's the diet, like that's, making things suffer, not getting
Yeah,
a period, your face looking as it is. I know my best friend Kelly, if she has any dairy, she blows up on her
100%.
face and gets cystic acne. Like your skin is the largest organ. Like you have to be very mindful like what you're doing and how you take care of it.
Yeah, and you can see like if your skin is a mess, then you're probably got something going on inside that's a mess too. You can
I
see
always say
on your
that.
yeah, excuse me, you can see on your face what's happening internally.
Yeah, like whatever you have going on your face, something is happening internally
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
You have to think like a menstrual cycle. Who breaks out during their menstrual cycle? Okay, that's something going on internally. You have a thyroid issue. You usually see it in your T zone. That's you know
yeah,
what I mean. So it's like if you're having that, and when I was experiencing my cystic adult acne, I was in a really really terrible place mentally out in Florida. It was right before we moved, and then as soon as I got to Arizona, I found the specialist. We started working on
yeah,
it, but also my stress started reducing. So
yeah.
it's stress, internal factor, things that you don't think about that are contributing to
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah.
like I was, and just taking care of yourself too. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Like I just went and did a like a facial like spa day the other day. I did a facial and like a foot treatment, all that kind of stuff. And like I think doing that every once in a while is important just for your mental as well. Not only just it made my skin feel a lot better and look a lot better, but it also made me just breathe for a second too.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that because yesterday when we went to Sedona, Drew and I got a massage, and
Yeah.
Drew, it's very hard for him to relax.
Yeah.
It's got to be like planned, like you're relaxing today because then he can get caught up on work to actually feel like he's relaxed. And when we sat down in that spot, I had never seen this man so relaxed. We didn't have our phones, like we were just kind of doing our thing, and he
Oh,
was just like
good.
in a daze. But just seeing visually, like how people like have like the tension like written on their face and their lines, he was just bliss,
Yeah.
relax. And I was so happy for him because he
Yeah.
never has a chance to do that. But it's important. It's important to put a pause on stress and life and literally just like give your body that time and attention it needs. Get a massage for yourself. Like these are luxuries, but they're also needed at the end of the
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah, again, going back to the whole you can't pour from an empty cup. You got to fill your cup first. That's what's most important. And it's not selfish, like we said before. It's just taking care of yourself, and so that you can take care of everything else in your life. Because we are like most people, where we take care of a lot of other people. Especially when you when you have your own business and all those kinds of things. Like we have to think about us first so that we can take care of them.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like talking to my athletes and I was like, please don't message me unless it's an
Yeah.
emergency because, they want to message me when something comes up so they don't forget, but they always start with, hey coach, I know you're busy,
Yeah.
no rush, but if I
Yeah.
know that that's sitting in
But
my
that just came
inbox,
in. I
my
know.
anxiety wants to go to them. And I literally said before I left, I was like, please do not send me a message like that. Please. I'm a work in progress. And if you guys
Yes,
send that to me, that's going to be my focus. And then it's
that's
going to
right.
take my attention away from what this whole weekend is. And they all did amazing. So if you're on Team J and you're listening, thank you so much. Literally, I did keep checking. I kept checking and I had no messages. So
Yeah.
they respected the boundary. It was so nice. It was nice just not have any red bubbles on trainer eyes. If you're a coach that uses
Right.
trainer eyes, you understand that like the red bubble of death. You're like, no, why? I just had no messages. Now how do I have again.
Yeah, well, no, I say, and the same thing. Like I was saying, my sleep schedule is all fucked, and like it's just I've said this every week to Jamie in my check-in. I was like, I'm at the point now where I sleep for 4 or 5 hours, I get up and I do work, and then I go back to sleep for another like 2 or 3 hours. Like that's just because being on the West Coast, I'm like I see, like you said, the red bubbles of death. They start popping up, and I'm like, I can't just let them sit there. I can't. Like if I see it, and I know when I go to sleep that they're gonna start coming in. So I'm like. I just can't. Once I'm up, I'm up. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's an anxiety that you don't know until you're there.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing you do before bed is and what I'm saying right now is not healthy, and that's what I told my athletes. Like I am a work in progress. But it's like the last thing I do before I go to bed is make sure that there's no red bubbles on train rise. The first thing I do when I get up is look at how many bubbles are on train rise. And some days I
Yeah.
wake up and I've got 100 bubbles, and some days I wake up and I got 40 bubbles, and I'm like,
Right.
it's still the anxiety. It's the same anxiety no
Yeah.
matter what, you know.
And then
But it's
and then they also come in and it's like when they're sending in pictures and videos and the messages. So it's like message. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
those are the days that really stress me out when I'm in the middle of check-ins, but and the number's
yes.
not going down. It just
I
keeps going
know.
up. And I'm like, am I making any progress
I'm
right
like,
now?
oh
What is
my God, it's
happening?
never ending. Yeah, 100%. I'm like, and I can't get mad at my clients either because they're doing what they're supposed to be
Of
doing. Like
course,
that's what
of
they're supposed to be
course.
doing. But it's right here. This is the
Yes,
problem right
it's
here.
us. I'm the problem.
Yes, I'm
I'm
the
the
problem.
problem. It's
I am the
me.
problem.
And then I over communicate and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be late today. And they're like, Jay, it's fine. Like take 24
Yes.
hours. I'm like, it's me. I'm putting the pressure on myself. But I do have some athletes that will turn in their check-in and then I get a message like 2 hours later, like, hey, did you see my check-in yet? And I'm like,
Yeah.
nope. I still
Yeah.
have 14 other people in front of you that I'm trying to
I
get
even thought
to.
about doing that on because Tuesday was when I took the spa day, and I thought about sending out a group message being like, "Hey, I might be a little bit late, just so you know." But I got them all done before I went to my spa day, so I didn't have to do that. But I was like, I had all day on Monday. I'm thinking of them on Tuesday. Like, fuck.
It's better to over communicate than not
Yeah,
communicate at all. So,
I agree.
just
I
set the
agree.
expectation. And it's like, what do they say? Over promise or under promise, but
Oh,
over deliver.
under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's,
yeah, yeah,
I love that. Like, I like to
yeah.
tell people, hey, you'll hear from me by Friday. And then they hear from me the next day. And they're like, oh, it's like a treat, you know?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So going back to so what else? Like I know when I go to the gym, some people do like pre-workouts and stuff. I don't do pre-workouts. I do energy drinks. So is there what do you do going into
This
the gym?
month's Prozis order is in, so I got my favorite protein bars and cookies. Those I use all the time, literally every day, because I stick them in my bag. So wherever I go, I've got something with me. I decided to try their teriyaki sauce too. I've tried the maple syrup before, and it's actually really good. But I eat a lot of protein, so I was thinking this might be kind of good on some of the chicken and stuff that I cook. So we're gonna give that a try. And then I really love their clear protein. I have not had the watermelon yet, so I got the new flavor watermelon to try this. I'm excited about that. I'm actually going to do some of that in a second here. And then, of course, with my new blonde hair look, I am embracing my Barbie era. So I've got new gym fit with the booty scrunch pants, but also I got some new ankle straps because mine are getting all busted. So I got those. And a new, really soft, comfortable gym fit here. So I'm excited to try these out this week.
So I train around 10:30, 11 usually. Sorry, my ears are still popping from coming home from Arizona.
Oh
Um,
no.
from Sedona. I will usually have already caffeine in me, so I do 2 espresso shots in the morning and then a couple cups of coffee, so that's my caffeine pre-workout. I
Mhm.
do on, like, leg days, I'll do a little bit of a pre-workout through from Global, and then I do my intra workout, which is usually an EAA, a vasodilator product, electrolyte, and then I've also started adding in the Global Formula's immunity powder
Okay.
because everyone is sick.
Mm,
And
yeah.
salt as well in my intra. But that's usually what I'm
Okay.
drinking or consuming around my workout. And I'm diligent with, pre-post meals and timing them around the workout as well.
Yeah, I'd say the pre and post workout meals are most important for me right now. I'm not doing a lot of inter. I really don't do inter workout stuff. Period. Usually, it's just not me. That said, like when I do get into prep, I start adding in, like you said, the electrolytes and the sodium and stuff like that too. I'm not doing that right now because I just have so much of it in my diet. I don't. kind of don't need it.
Yeah.
So,
I've,
but
I've
yeah,
noticed a lot of athletes right now are complaining about like dizziness,
yeah,
headaches and
yeah,
stuff in the gym, and it's because of how hot it is. Like we're all
yeah.
so dehydrated, so it's just something easy that you could throw in, as long as your sodium load is
I usually do like a Gatorade or something either before or after my workout, one of the two. Because that you're right. Even with being out here in Vegas too, I'm usually dehydrated. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
hot. It is
Hmm.
hot. I mean, you walk
Hmm.
outside right now, you start sweating. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for fall. We're close.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, we're almost there. Just a couple more weeks, and the weather should break, and we should start coming down a little bit.
totally.
We're almost to Labor Day. Believe it or
Yes.
not,
Yes.
it's crazy.
I know. I know.
My
And
birthday's coming up too. I'm like, geez, that's like a month away. I'm like, damn,
crazy.
getting fucking old.
I know Jamie's birthday is next week.
Oh yeah, that's
Nikki's
right.
and
Hers is
you.
coming up too.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's busy. It's a busy time.
Yeah. All of our parents were getting busy during the holidays. So
She's parents.
oh my
Is
oh
that how
now we
that
know
timeline works?
exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. 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 Well, September, if you think about it, September is 9 months,
9 months.
right? Month
Yep.
9. So literally the holidays is when all of our parents were getting
Aw, so
busy.
you were a little Christmas baby. How cute.
Uh, they got nothing better to do when it's cold out, apparently.
I don't blame
right?
him.
Yeah.
So funny.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, you know? So
Literally.
there's that. So mine, actually, I was early. So I think my parents said I was closer to more of a Valentine's Day baby, but still, you got all of those holidays right in there. Because I was supposed to be born in October, but I was early. So
Some
go figure.
holidays.
My whole life, I'm early for everything.
I
So go
was just
figure.
about to say it's very on brand for you, Sean.
I know, right? I was literally like, I was born September 20th. I was supposed to be born October 8th. So I was quite early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is quite early.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
was
I was
quite
good
late. I was
too.
like 2 weeks late, but I'm always early, so
Yeah.
who knows?
I don't know. I was a
The
big
story
baby. I
is
was.
that my mom was supposed to get induced, and then the doctor like refused to, and then
Oh,
it
really?
ended up being like an awful labor and delivery. She had like a double, I think they call it, I don't know, where they had to snip both sides. It was horrible. Like my mother went through hell to have me, but yeah. Anyway, I don't think that's
Yeah.
my fault. I'm gonna blame the doctor because that's what my dad said.
From what my mom said, I was really. The birth wasn't super easy. Like the labor, I think I don't know exactly how long she was in labor with me, but it was like a normal labor. But I was like the easiest baby. All I did was sleep and eat. I'm like, well, such is my life right now too. That's all I do is sleep and eat.
There you go.
I'm like, what
So
are you
on
doing today? I'm like,
brand from day
I know, but
one.
the only thing I do outside of that is I go to the gym. That's it.
Okay, same. Same.
But hey, I was like I said, I was a big baby. I was like 8 pounds 3 ounces, 21 inches, something like that. So
Oh,
for being
damn.
early, that's big.
That is big. Well,
Yeah, if I'd gone to term, I'd probably been like a 12-pound baby.
you're not a small human at this point, you
No,
know.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a little off topic. So let's see. We covered what we do going into the gym. What's in our gym bag? What else? Is there anything that we missed as far as like gym essentials or anything like that? Like we talked about
The
what
only
we
thing
wear.
I was thinking is maybe like, Jesus, my ears. Was thinking about like recovery tools. So just
Okay.
mentioning like I have a Theragun, so like having a Theragun
Yeah.
at home, or like even in my gym bag, like on my super sore days too, like doing that pre-workout is delicious.
Yeah.
Sean and I both wear toe spacers, so toe spacers,
Yes.
especially in prep, are great to help stretch your calves. So if you get like really, really tight calves when anytime. I mean, wear the toe
Yeah.
spacers. You just have to be mindful that you're doing them like in a timely manner. So like start with like 30 minutes. If your feet start like throbbing, pull them off, and
Yeah.
slowly work your way up. Do not sleep with them on either. Take them off before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So the toe spacer is really good. Like obviously any kind of like um what are like the boots, like the recovery
Yeah. The
boots.
compression boots. I have those
Yeah.
too. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like getting those,
Yep.
those are great. I have a PMF machine.
Yep.
People have red light
Red light.
therapy at home.
I
Like
have
those,
like you can probably see
yeah.
it right there. I've got a red light lamp right there.
The red
Yeah.
light is awesome and the research is there. I want one myself. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put it in my room, and how big I want it. But the research is there for sure. Like cold plunges, like things like that. Have the things at home, and that way you're not spending money outside of your home. To use these products when I mean, a lot of them are very cost effective, and a lot of them have like the Affirm too, where you can
Yeah.
make payments on things like that too.
Yep. Absolutely. Like that red light, I turn it on, I fall asleep like that.
Ugh.
Like That's why I have it right next to my bed. So I just turn it on. I put my little glasses on. I take my little nap. I'm good.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
delicious. I love Kristen uses it when she's like literally working on me, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good for you. I have I have it sitting right here. So I do have compression boots. I have my little glute blade too. We talk about foam rolling and all that. This is I use this for my psoas. I use it to get into my glutes, sit on it, all that kind of fun stuff too.
Yoga wheels.
Yoga wheels, yep, I have those. Even the Pilates band that I just showed you guys too, use that for stretching and everything as well. Like all of that is important. Make sure you're prepping and priming. It's so important. So important.
And if your
And then
coach
follow it
doesn't
up.
put this in your program, it's very easy for you to do a Google search and figure out some
Yeah,
foam rolling and stretches to help with whatever area you're focusing on for that
yeah,
day. So if you're going into the gym and you know you're doing back training or lat training, literally chat GPT it. What are the best foam rolling and banded pre-workout exercises for lats? And I'm sure it will
yeah.
give you something that's good that's going to help, because some sort of prep and prime before training is it's literally it's a game changer, guys. It literally takes 10 or 15 minutes and it changes the entire trajectory of your session.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely does. Absolutely does. One other thing I wanted to mention too, hair. So like when I'm in the gym, I always have my hair pulled back. When I have extensions in now, but when I didn't have the extensions, I would always have it up because I hate having it stuck on me when I get sweaty. But now that I have the extensions, I put it down low and all that. You're wearing that hat right now. I can't wear hats. My head's too big, first of all. That's the first thing. I have a really big head. And it starts to give me a headache. And like I can't wear like sweatpants bands on my head or anything like that. It's just again, I start getting headaches and things like that. So I don't know if there's anything particular that you do, but like before I had the extensions, I would put it up, and most of the time I put it up in a loose bun up on the top of my head to get it out of the way. But now, like I said, now I just try to keep it back and I try to pull it off my back anytime I get sweaty, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Very rarely do you see me in a high pony or a high bun because of my extensions too. And
Yeah.
Kelly will literally comment, "Put your freaking hair down."
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
either I'm like a braid type girl or a clip type girl, or I have my hat on and then I'll like thread my hair through this part. But yeah, I don't understand you women that work out with your hair down. Bless.
Can't.
Can't.
Yeah.
Can't.
Can't
And
do
again,
it.
I'm a sweater. Like I look, I start my first set and I'm sweating. So like that's
And
it's
I'm
what
not, and I still can't do it.
I just feel like it's like in the way. Like I'm like,
Yes.
like when I have to do like a training session like done up, I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
like also like with braids, if you do like a normal like low braid, but then you do it like a tie like at the top so that you like all the hair, the flyaways stay, that's like my favorite type of
Yes.
hair for the gym.
Yes. No, same. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like if I had curls in my hair, so this is pretty like put together. Like if I didn't have curls on my hair and it was just straight, I would put it into the braid because it's not gonna all stay together. But the curls make it stay together.
Yeah. Beauty of extensions.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a plus and minus with the extensions. Like I said, I hate having the hair touch me, but at the same time, like I just can't pull it up on the top of my head with the extensions. So
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
That's pretty much it. Oh, the only thing we
Yeah.
haven't talked shoes.
Oh yeah. So um I have just cross trainers most of the time, but if I'm lifting and I take my shoes off. The gym I go to is not a problem. I can take my shoes off. Some gyms don't allow you to do that. So in that case, if that was the scenario, I do have like chucks that I can wear that are flat footed, that kind of deal. So something where you can grip to the floor. That's something that you really is necessary when you're training your lower body. And if you've got cross trainers, they typically have a little bit of a upward angle
Heel
on the
lift.
heel, and that's not good for you doing lower body. It's just not. Most of the time when my clients check in and they're doing lower body and they got their shoes on like this, I'm like, get the shoes off,
Yeah.
or get yourself just really flat shoes, one of the two.
Yeah, if you're wearing a sneaker where it has like those really thick, like soft bottoms, don't
Yeah,
wear them on your leg day. Or if you do, fine, but take them off for the
take
lift.
them off. Hmm.
Yeah, you want to be able to get the toes and the heel as close to the ground as you can. So for me, I'm either barefoot when I'm training lower body, or I'll wear my Jordans, which are flat. But yeah, no type of like sneaker at all with
Yeah,
lower body training. I always just err on the side of caution and say don't wear sneakers at all. Like take
yes,
them off, go barefoot. But then
yes,
obviously for cardio, you want a really good pair of sneakers, and everybody's different this way and what they like and what they don't like and what kind of cardio they want, but get like a really, really good pair of shoes. Like at the start of every prep, I buy a brand new pair of sneakers. I love my On Clouds. I've had 3 of the same pair. It's like a running joke now. Like Nikki
Yeah.
has bought me 2 of them. Like it's like here's your prep sneakers. So just like
Yeah.
find that sneaker that you like that gives you that support. Because again, everything starts with the feet. If you have an issue
100%.
with the shoes that you're wearing, it's going to cause issues with plantar fasciitis that goes into your calf, that then your glutes are affected. So what
Yep.
you wear on your feet is big. I know a lot of people too, like the Vivo, like the barefoot shoes right now, which I'm
Yeah.
totally a big fan. I used to wear the 5 finger toes years ago. I was religious. I loved them. I
Hmm.
don't have them anymore, but I would wear them if I had them. They're really, really nice. And I know the Vivo ones don't have the openings for the feet, like the digits, but
The toes. Yeah.
yeah, but it's a very light, soft, like bendable shoe, but thin.
Okay.
So I'm good with
Okay.
that too with lifting as well.
Yeah, and I'm similar. Same thing. Like when you find a shoe that you like I wear their Under Armour sneakers, just the cross trainers they wear all the time. Got to remember too, like this depends on your foot. Like for me, I have really long toes, so my toes like to poke out. Like they like to, and it hurts. So I've got to find a shoe that fits me
That's
correctly.
a
So
big
I'm
toe
not like
box.
always fighting. Yeah, and I'm not always like in pain because I have that one toe that likes to stick out. Like I love my Puma shoes, but that literally rubs a hole in them because my because my toe is so long. I'm like, so you got to go based on how it feels for you too, not just because this is the hype. Like we were just talking about with the leggings, you got to go with how you feel good in them, right? So they may not be the most popular thing out there, but if they work for you, that's what's important.
And if you have no clue where to start, like the running stores, a lot of them have
Yeah.
the machines that you can stand on, and
Yes.
it will see, if you're a pronator, if you're a supinator, where you put the weight on your feet. I know
Yeah.
like the Fit to Runs, they have like a literal treadmill that has a camera behind it, so they can like look at your cadence. So start there. Go to one
Yeah.
of those stores where has that, and have them do like a foot test on you. You could even go to like the places where they make it soles or inserts for the feet. They all
Yeah.
have that, and some physical therapy offices do as well. My aunt makes orthotics, so like you could go to her in Tampa and she does a little
Yeah.
test, and whatever, you stand on the thing, they ship it out, you get orthotics done. There's so much that goes on right now with the feet, because again, like there's so many clinical diagnoses that are out there that start with like
Yeah.
the shoes that you're wearing.
Yeah, and whenever you hear the word orthotics, people always think old people, but in reality, it's like no, it's correcting your gait so that you don't have pain, knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, all back pain, all of it stems from your feet,
And
all of
it
it.
and if you get an orthotic that truly matches your foot, and if you have like a pretty significant, something going on, and you put an orthotic in your shoe, you're like, oh my gosh, these
What
are
was I going to say?
so
Yeah,
comfortable. Yes. Yes. So like if you
yeah,
if you get foot pain a lot on the bottom of your foot, this is definitely something for you to like consider and
yeah.
look into.
And most insurances will take care of that kind of stuff too, so you can look
Yeah. And
into
if
that for
not, and you have
insurance.
an HSA account, you can run it through your HSA too.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Perfect. Yeah, so yeah, that's about everything. Anything else that we missed? I'm trying to think
No,
if there's anything
I think
else we
so.
missed.
That was the only thing
Okay.
I thought with the shoes. We've talked about
Okay,
shoes.
cool. So hopefully that helps you guys, and at the end of the day, like it's a lot of these things are going to be personal preferences as far as what you like we talked about with the shoes and with the workout gear and things like that. But try stuff, hopefully something we said here gets you to think, oh, let me go give this a shot, see how I like it. And it may change, and maybe a game changer for you. It's always about these little details. These little details add up and make the big difference.
I think too, it's about preparing too, like having everything that you need in your workout bag. You know that
Mhm.
no matter what gym you're at, you're always prepared. You can always figure it out. For somebody that travels a lot, those things are on me 24/7. So I can make whatever gym I'm training at as close to what I need as possible. So it just gives you
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap up our first episode of the new season, episode 104, season 3. So that's crazy. But this also means we're getting closer to the Olympia. It's coming up. So just a less, what is it, 6 weeks away or something like that at this point? Maybe
Seven
seven
weeks.
weeks,
Yeah. I just
7 weeks.
dropped my Olympia YouTube teaser this morning. So I'm going to be
There you
bringing out
go.
the teasers, or the Olympia series. So my first one drops next Friday. And
Awesome.
then you guys will have one once a week until the Olympia.
Awesome. Well, we're getting to the countdown, and then and then we're on to next year.
And then we are on to the next year. Yes.
Oh my Lord. So
Yes.
guys, as always, thank you all for being here for this now into our third year. It's pretty amazing. You know, the interaction even just in the comment section has been getting better and better every week. So we really appreciate that too. So always send in your thoughts, send in your questions, all that kind of stuff, because we do pay attention and we do take everything into consideration when you talk through the comments for us too. So we appreciate that. And with that, we're gonna let y'all go. So for Behind the Bikini, we are out.
Bye, guys.